So all you Browns fans out there, if you do want to have a drink, I mean, grab a Bears fan. We got a lot to talk about. Yes. We got many, many years to talk about, man. Come on. So,
trust me. We had Rex Grossman, Jay Cutler.
You cry on my shoulder, I cry on yours. Sometimes you just need to let it out, dude.
Trubisky.
Sometimes you need to let it out.
Trust me, it has not been good for us.
Yeah,
either.
We're from the cold weather. We're burly men. But know what? It's okay to cry.
It's not.
Cry on my shoulder.
It has not been good.
Cry. It's okay.
Has not been good.
I'm letting you know, men out there.
Yes, we feel
all you cold weather men.
We feel
with
your pain.
Big bear bellies. It's okay to shed a few tears.
We feel your pain.
It's okay.
We, as Bears fans,
it's okay.
Feel your pain.
Let it out. It feels good, man.
Yep. Oh,
I've done it.
We feel your
I've
pain.
cried.
We've cried at night.
Trubisky has made me cry.
Under the blanket.
Mariah has heard me. She's tapped at me at 3 a.m. What's wrong, babe? I'm like, you know what's wrong. All right.
New day, new episode. Let's go.
Dropping them left and right, dog.
Dropping them left and right. All right. Well, for everyone who's just started watching today, thank you very much for joining our show.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Please subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, YouTube page, Trendy Husky Podcast. We could use the help right now. We're still trying to get Danny Blue Eyes out of his 9 to 5. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right. Before we start, I want to say thank you to beautiful Ollie in production.
Hi, guys.
All right. I got my co-host, my friend, Danny Blue Eyes. And me, your host, Yassi. What up, what up?
What up, dog?
All right.
What's going on?
A lot of news. We're going to start with some bad news, I guess.
Bad news? I wanted some good news to ease into the day.
No, we're going to start with some NBA news first, and then we're going to go into some NFL.
No good news anymore? What's going on?
God, Jesus Christ. Clippers.
Oh, is that bad news? Is that good news? What is that?
Well,
bad news for the NBA, no?
Super bad news for the NBA. I mean, I think we got robbed from, great Western Finals. And by the way, we don't want to take anything away from the Nuggets.
No.
They're a great team.
You don't want to.
Pit Bulls. They put in a fight.
Pit Bulls.
Oh my God, they're very good at what they do, but I feel like it could have been much bigger with the Clips Lakers at that Western Finals.
Well, of course. I mean, obviously it's going to be a lot better, but yeah, shout out to Denver because I mean they took care of business. I mean,
they did.
Jokic and the way he passed the ball. I mean, he changed the game. I mean, he only ended up with, 12 points, but, I mean, the way he changed the game was his passing. Mm-hmm. After that pick and roll, and they fed it to him in the middle, you didn't know what he was going to do with it. Did you see that one over the behind the back?
That was in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, but he was just toying with him. But basically, he was just toying with him. He was just showing, hey, I could
do whatever I want.
Exactly, that's what he was saying. And he did do whatever he wanted.
So give me your breakdown. Where did it go wrong? And you can talk about the whole series. You can talk about Game 7. Take the mic, do whatever you want. Give me your breakdown, and I'll give you my breakdown.
I mean, as I said, all props go to Denver because I really do think they played well, and they played better down the stretch. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on, the Clippers had the lead in the fourth quarter, 2 times in Game 5 and Game 6. Yep. Sizable leads, but I think basically, obviously we know the Clippers are the better team. Mm-hmm. It came down to who wanted this series more, and you could tell Denver wanted it more. It seemed like in Game 7 of the fourth quarter, the Clippers gave up, right? It seemed like they gave up. Yeah. Kawhi and Paul George, no points in the fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. I mean, the drives to the lane, they're shooting lazy fadeaways. Mm-hmm. Kawhi taking it to the lane. I don't know. It was very strange to me.
You're talking about the Game 7 or Game 6?
Game 7. I'm talking about Game 7. Mm-hmm. I don't know. How do you, I mean, just let's stick with the Kawhi Leonard argument right now. How can you be considered the best player on the planet and put up 0 points in the fourth quarter in a Game 7.
2 points in the second half. Fourth quarter, 0 points. But
0
second
points.
Half, yeah, he shot 1 for 11.
He single-handedly played him way out of the conversation of best player on the planet.
Okay. It is okay. So you want to focus on Kawhi. I got bigger problems than just
Kawhi and Paul.
Okay. Well, I think it's a little more than that. And I'm going to give you my breakdown and tell me what you think. First of all, you're up 3-1. And then you're in the second round of the Western playoffs. Never ever has it happened where any team would come back from a 3-1 series in that stage, in that level. Let's be very clear. At least it hasn't happened in over. How long has the NBA been going?
I don't know.
For over,
all right.
So I think over 70 years, and the last time I checked, over 70 years, it has not happened.
And Denver did it the previous round too. Crazy.
Yes, in the first round versus, but you could expect it versus a Jazz team, not versus the Clippers. Then we go. Let's break down the game. Mostly in game 7, point guards were absent. Lou wasn't there. Pat wasn't there. They were completely absent.
Well, we can't expect Beverly to be scoring,
Yeah, but you need your point guards at a game like that.
Of course you need it, but, I mean, you still can't expect Beverly to put up 20 points a game.
No. I wasn't expecting him to put 20 points a game, but why is Beverly in the Clippers in the first place? Because of his defense. Because of his, because of how aggressive he can be. He wasn't aggressive. He was aggressive in the wrong way. He wasn't playing good defense. Lou was shooting like garbage. So here is your best 6 man. Here is your point guard. Those were playing both like hard trash. I don't even know where
Lou was.
Lou was completely absent.
Too much
lemon pepper, chicken wing Lou, whatever the hell you want to call him. Completely absent. Then we go to Paul George and we go to Kawhi Leonard.
That's where the fingers have to be pointed.
That's fine.
That's
where
of
course, they have to have their fingers pointed at them.
They traded away their whole future for those
and I agree. They
traded
the 2022, 2024, 2026, and they only have swaps for 23 and 25. So they traded most, they traded most of their future away.
Their whole future.
Their whole 4 years. 4 years away. So it's a lot of trades for them to be able to get this team together, and I agree with you. But again, okay, so let's talk about the Kawhi Paul George. They weren't aggressive enough. I think the main problem was the focus. They didn't seem focused.
They didn't seem like they cared.
Kawhi seemed completely absent. We know Kawhi by having no emotion. That didn't surprise me. But just seeing him shooting 1 of 11 in the whole second half. When you see Kawhi Leonard having 0 free throw in the fourth quarter, that's a problem. That means you're not driving enough.
No.
You're not being aggressive enough.
See, I understand, like, say you have a bad shooting night. Everyone does have a bad shooting night. For some reason...
But you can still drive.
Exactly. For some reason, if your shot's not going down, at least be aggressive.
Yeah, I agree.
Get to the rim. Show some heart. Show some hustle. And there was just none of that.
I completely agree with you. And then we go to the rebounding game. Completely absent. Denver rebounded the ball however they freaking wanted. Period. The Clips were not switching fast enough.
No.
Even when they were playing in defense, they were not switching fast enough. Even when they double teamed, they took their time double teaming, and they always left that man by himself to take the shot. And the Nuggets were gonna make that shot, 1 out of 2 times, or even better than that.
Oh yeah.
And Denver took advantage of that.
They did. Watching that game, I know we bet on the Clippers, pretty decent-sized money because we thought they were going to come out and hammer them. But there was a point in that game where, I got a lot of money riding out the Clippers. I'm like, they're not going to win this game. Denver just looks better. The Clippers are scrambling on the defensive end. They're playing iso ball on the... I'm like, this just does not look good. I completely, for a team that's only down 8 points, it felt like 20.
Yeah.
It felt like 20 points when there was an 8-point game in the fourth quarter.
I agree, and everyone was completely absent on the fourth quarter. It got even worse. And like you said, it felt at one point they just didn't want it bad enough. And Jamal Murray and Jokic just
all
too
props
amazing.
to them.
All props to them. You can't take anything away from
Nothing.
these 2 guys. I know Jamal Murray came in after the game and was like, you got to give us the respect we deserve. And I agree with that.
Because they know no one wanted to see them in there. No. Everyone from the beginning, since Paul George and Kawhi signed with the Clippers 1 year ago.
They wanted the LA.
It was Clippers,
finals.
Lakers, Clippers, Lakers. Everyone was talking about it for 1 full year.
Yeah.
1 full year. Everyone was talking about it.
And I feel us as fans, and again, I don't want to take away from the
we keep saying that.
We keep saying that, but I want to be very clear.
We
got robbed. We got robbed because it would have been a greater final if we had a Kawhi versus LeBron because they match up very well.
Of course.
AD versus Paul George, they match up very well. You know, it would have been a better final. I'm sorry, Denver, but I'm just being honest.
But I mean, at least come on, we got a team that really wants it.
Yeah, and
we
I
got
agree.
Denver
and
wants
then it came
That's
down.
the thing.
It came down to whoever wants it the most, and there is no argument there.
No argument even. You should just seen the look on the Clippers' face. I mean, the Paul George look and the Kawhi look. Even Doc sitting there, just eyes wide open, can't believe what he's seeing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this. I don't care about what Vegas put it at or anything.
Right.
This was a historic upset.
Right.
The Clippers had no business losing that game.
None.
I was in shock. I was even sitting there looking like Doc Clippers on my couch.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't believe what I just saw.
No,
I couldn't.
I agree with you 100% there. I'm like, but here's the thing. Like I said, a lot of the blame goes to the players. Pat Beverly and Paul George versus Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum. Remember 1, 2, 3 Cancun?
Of course.
Huh?
Yeah. I saw.
Looking
those
really
tweets.
bad right now.
Good.
Looking really bad right now. CJ McCollum got his back.
Yeah, he was ready for it.
He was
ready
back.
For it. All that shit Beverly talked, all that shit the Clippers talked, all how cocky they were. Oh, they could rest players during the regular season, but they'll be fine. It shows you just can't turn on and off a switch.
No, you can't.
You just can't all of a sudden say, hey, let's play ball now. We're down 10, let's go play ball. That's what it shows. The Nuggets showed heart for all 48 minutes of each game. Even if they had lesser talent, they showed, hey, our switch is always on. We're going to go 100 all the time.
And I agree.
And they deserve it.
They do. They really, really do.
Good for them.
But the blame does not. To me, yes, the players are going to take most of the blame. But to me, the number one person who should be blamed should be the coach. You are getting paid the big bucks, my friend. So you can gather your team together in times like these.
But
so that when you're up 3-1, you know how to get your team to close the series. Listen, I've got mad respect for Doc Rivers, but yesterday
of course.
I sat down and I'm like, let's see this guy's resume a little bit. Hold on. He won the chip as a coach with the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, everyone knows that, and he did a hell of a job.
He did a hell of a job. But hold on. That's the problem. He did a hell of a job. But did he? Did he? Let's see his team. He had a brand new. Hold up. Just hold up. Let me say my piece. Let me say my piece, and then you can say, hold up. Let me say my piece, and then okay, that's okay. Let me say my piece, and then tell me what you think. He had a brand new Rondo, and by the way, we know how good Rondo can be in the playoffs.
Of course, yeah, and he's showing it still.
He has one of the best players, one of the best shooters. One of the best shooters of all times in Ray Allen. He has one of the best dribblers in Paul Pierce, and he has one of the best, biggest men that ever played the game in a Garnett. And he had very good bench. He had a very solid bench. How would you not win with Boston?
No, you can never.
Hold on. He won once with Boston, and then he goes to the Clippers.
Okay, but he made 2 finals appearances.
With Boston.
It doesn't matter. He still won a championship, 2 finals appearances. You can't take that away from
what
anyone.
Happened to that CP3, DeAndre Jordan,
okay,
and Blake
you could
Griffin
talk about different jobs, but in Boston, he did a hell of a job. He won.
Okay.
He won.
He has 2 different
can't take
teams,
that away from him.
A whole different crew in that Clippers team. I think it's time for him to start taking the blame, my friend.
Of course. I mean, he's the only coach that has blown 3 3-1 leads.
Yes.
3.
Yes.
At 3 different occasions.
Yes.
But I'm just saying you cannot take away from what he did in Boston.
Listen, I'm not taking away from what he did in Boston, but I think he had a very good team. Who was back then when he won the league?
Of course, he did have a very good
LeBron
team.
was still very brand new in the league. He was still with that Cleveland team because once he went to Miami, it was a wrap for the Celtics. Okay, and then it was Kobe by himself. It was Kobe with the Gasol, not Kobe with Shaq. It was Kobe with the Gasol. So, what are we talking about here? Who really contended?
So you're saying just Clippers is? You're saying
they need a new coach.
You're saying he's getting too much praise.
Yes.
You're saying
absolutely
in Boston he didn't do that hell of a job. And you know who is?
I don't think he's a bad coach. I think he's a good coach. I don't think he's a good fit for this Clippers team. Because he blew too many 3-1 leagues in his career. You have 2 two of the best maybe players in the whole league. I'm not saying they're the best.
Yeah.
But Kawhi is definitely top 3, top 5. Okay. Paul George, still top 10, top 15? Go take your time. Take your time.
No, I mean, he's still there. I hate to put him there because he
is, whether you like it or not.
He
not
is playoff P
if you
anymore.
Can't get, no, I don't think.
Can he lose it? Can we do playoff L for him now?
Exactly.
Instead of playoff
we should.
P?
Yeah, something is.
How about you trademark that? Did you see that shot that hit the side of the backboard?
In the fourth quarter.
Oh, my God.
That was
in
terrible.
The fourth quarter.
In the fourth
just
quarter.
Like
Game 7.
He got the ball. Just get this out of my hand.
And
get
this is what it comes down to, coaching, my friend. If you can't rally your troops.
Remember all that crap you guys, remember you and Sheldon were on here talking about playoff Paul George and he didn't deserve it with the Pacers. You're giving him all that credit with the Pacers and the Thunder. Look at him. He choked as always.
He
always disappears. Always disappears.
I agree that they should turn it on more in the playoffs. I agree with you 100%. But let's be very clear. I want Kawhi to take the blame. I don't want him to take all the blame because shit happens. LeBron had bad playoff series. He did in his past. Hold on.
Imagine if LeBron performed like that in Game 7. How much shit he would have taken.
Give me a second. When Michael Jordan came back from playing baseball, he lost that first playoff series. You can have a bad playoff series. Magic Johnson in '84, Tragic Johnson, he lost. He played really bad in a playoff series. When have we ever said, hey, Kawhi Leonard has been trash in this series? We could never say it about Kawhi until this series. It happens in a person's career. Wait, why? Why is it okay for... why are you shaking your head? Why is it okay for everyone to have a terrible series, but not Kawhi?
I'm just saying it just looked like he didn't care, man. It looked like he didn't care.
LeBron seemed like he didn't care in that Dallas-Miami finals. But he's still considered as one of the best to ever do it.
It just looked like Kawhi didn't care, man. He played himself out of the conversation.
I think it's a hiccup.
He played
I think they need
out
the
of
right man. I think they need the right man in the wheel, my friend. I think they need a good coach.
You can't blame the coach for the players not caring.
Yeah, but I can blame the coach for not calling the right plays, for not rallying his troops behind him, for not closing a series that were 3-1. Listen, if they got swept, we can blame that on the players. We can blame that on the players. When the Bucs got swept by... Oh, no, they didn't get swept. But they lost 4.
They got game.
Yeah, they 4-1, but still looked really bad.
Oh, yeah.
When you started going down on the players, I didn't say anything. But I'm not going to sit here and say the players at the Clippers are, they're just bad. I can't give you that. They're good. They need the right man at the wheel.
I'm not saying that they
played like trash.
I'm saying they didn't care. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah.
When you don't even get to the freaking free throw line in the fourth quarter, that shows heart. That shows character.
I agree.
I'm not talking about skill
But is that a lack of calling the right plays from the coach? That's what I'm saying right now. When you see your guy not drive into the basket, you call a freaking timeout. You're like, yo, what the hell are you doing?
That comes from within, man. That comes from within.
You're the coach for a reason. You don't get paid that much money for just saying it comes from within.
True.
I'm just saying you're there for a reason.
I would have slapped both of them in the face.
Exactly.
I would have grabbed them in the damn jersey and say, you do not shoot another freaking three. Take it to the rack.
I do want to say one last thing. Pat Beverly, you need to shut your mouth, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to hear one more damn thing from you.
Shuts him up for a while.
I do not want to hear one damn thing from you. I don't.
Yeah.
You need to shut your mouth.
If you guys could quickly
I don't know if you're
gonna be $500, please do. I know it won't be a lot for you, but it's a lot for me. So please send that quick pay.
And it was a parlay, by the way. You guys screwed up a parlay.
We got the damn hard part.
Yeah, we got the Heat to win in overtime, and you guys screwed that parlay up for us.
Dude, do you realize this? We lost that parlay. We thought we had it in the bag because obviously we chose the Heat, and then we had the Clippers.
Yeah.
And then the night before that, I had another parlay ruined. I had the Titans -3. Oh, wow. And they won by 2.
Oh, wow.
And you know how that happened. The damn kicker missed 4 kicks. But he makes the last one to win by 2.
But not
and
good
I
enough.
had them -3.
At this point, do you want them to...
pissed off
Do you rather them losing at this point?
Oh, I wanted them to lose so bad.
Right.
The worst part about it was, so I had the Titans -3, right? and I put a hedge on the Broncos. So, if the Broncos won, at least I'd get my money back.
Oh, my God.
So not only did I lose the -3 because he made
you
the last
lost the
field goal,
Broncos
I
bet,
lost the
man.
hedge, too, in the Broncos bet.
God, that's
so
terrible.
imagine how pissed off I was at
God.
Gustowski.
It's not been a good week for you, my
No,
friend.
man.
It
Oh,
has
my
not been a
God.
good week. Damn. All right.
Fuck you, Gustowski. I've been waiting 10 minutes to say that. You mother.
All right, before NFL, we still got to close on the NBA.
Fuck.
We got a couple more news in the NBA. All right, Heat taking game number 1 versus the Celtics.
All right. First off, sorry. Now I'm cursing because I got Gustowski on my mind. Get him off my mind. Game 1, that was
Heat versus Celtics.
All right.
Yeah,
Hell of a game. Hell of a game. Back and forth. That's what playoff basketball should be all about. Obviously, I mean, these two teams, I really do love this matchup because both of them are very athletic on the wing. They're switching. They're playing D. It was an exciting game. I mean, and big shot after big shot. Tatum would hit a big shot, then Buttler would come back. It was time after time. Even Kemba hit a big step back. But, I mean, it all came down to who was going to make that big defensive play, and I mean, I think that might have been one of the best defensive plays in NBA history. What a block by Bam.
I agree.
What a block.
I agree.
When Tatum turned that corner, he came with aggression. He cocked that back, and he wanted to posterize Bam.
But let's talk about how much the Heat wants it, man. They go down, 15 points at one point?
They were down 12 in the fourth.
12 in the fourth.
Uh-huh.
And they still didn't care. They were driving like it's nothing.
Exactly.
They rebounded
There's a point
back.
with the Heat. There's a point in the game when they went down 12. They just couldn't hit a shot. That was the thing. But the thing is, when they kept shooting, they get an offensive rebound and scrap and get a loose ball back. They're just so scrappy
Their
and grindy.
rebounding, I feel like, sucked in the first quarter. The first quarter, they didn't know what they were doing. Jimmy
I think
Buckets
they came out a little rusty.
They did.
I mean,
Jimmy
they had a week
Buckets
off.
only
They
had
a
like
week off,
2 points in the first
it was
quarter.
rusty.
It was very rusty. But I gotta hand it, my friend, to Dragic. Holy shit, that guy, man. And it's not in the cockiest way.
No,
it's in the simplest way. He drives into the basket when he needs to, and he shoots the 3 when he needs to.
Oh, yeah.
I love
He's
that
just a
team
smart
so
basketball
much.
player. He plays smart basketball. He plays gritty. I mean, he just fits what the Miami Heat are doing. I mean, I think Spoelstra definitely doesn't get enough credit.
No,
Obviously, he got his championships with the Big Three, so people didn't think, hey, you didn't really deserve it too much, the 2 championships. Right. But even since the Big Three lost, some of his best performances have been with some underrated Heat teams that he's taken to the playoffs.
And here's one thing that we keep forgetting, because I don't know if you would call it, when LeBron and D Wade and Chris Bosh left, there was no one left. Spoelstra didn't leave.
No.
He kind of went into a mini rebuild with them.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And they kept him and they believed in him. And look at him now. The Miami Heat on paper does not look the sexiest at all.
But yet they keep being the 3, 4, 5 seed.
They were the 2nd seed for the longest before COVID.
Oh, yeah.
For the longest. And everyone had just question marks in their well, this is not going to last.
Yeah, they're going to fade off.
They're going to
fade off. Everyone kept saying that.
Man,
they keep. And the thing is, they're getting better.
They're getting better.
They're only getting better and better and better. And, oh, man.
They're young talents, man. Even the white dudes over there can play basketball.
Yeah, I mean, Tyler Hero, he's a rookie. Kendrick Nunn, they drafted late. I mean, it's where are they getting
Hero
these guys?
Can play.
Oh, yeah.
Hero
and when was he drafted? He wasn't a top 10 pick.
No.
What was he, 14?
Yeah, I think so.
14, 13?
Yeah, it was a little late.
And he's hitting big shots.
He is.
Big shots by a
threes
rookie.
From all over the spot,
Oh, yeah.
too.
He's not scared to shoot.
No.
He is not scared to shoot.
I love that. I think it was...
he hit some big shots down the stretch.
I think it was second quarter. He shoots one, he misses it. Butler grabs it. He gives it right back to him. He knocks
No
it
hesitation.
down. No hesitation.
As a rookie, as what?
You'd be scared. You'd be like, wait, what are you doing? Let's pass it to someone else.
19-year-old. Was he 19, 20 years old in the Eastern Conference Finals?
Yep.
I mean, they were down 5 with a minute in the fourth quarter, and he hit that huge 3 to even give them a chance.
Yes.
That huge 3.
Yep.
Kind of hesitated at the line. That's a big-time shot.
It is.
You think, when you're down 5 in the Eastern Conference Finals, and you have a rookie taking that shot, you'll be like, wait a minute, but there's no hesitation by the team. Everyone everyone has a similar role. I feel like everyone on the Heat they feel like they're part of something big, you know?
Yep.
There's no, obviously Butler's the alpha dog, but I mean, anyone could go get them 20 a night, and that's what makes them fun to watch.
Yeah, even the older guys in that team, like Iggy and what's the other guy that came in from the Jazz?
Is Iggy still playing? I mean, he's still out there balling.
He's balling.
I know.
I mean, he's not balling great. He wasn't balling great that game, but
I mean,
he
gives
was
a veteran presence on the team, you know.
Who's the other guy who came in from the Jazz? Who was playing for the Celtics at one point? Then he went to the Jazz. Then he came to the Heat. What am I talking about?
I'm drawing a blank right now. All right. Well, that's what Olivia's for. We have him look it up.
Let me see if I can find him. Hold on, give me a minute.
No, but
I'm gonna pull him up because I feel like he's being super underrated as well. That guy. But
I remember when we were watching the game and you texted me saying
Iggy needs to stop shooting.
Iggy needs to stop shooting. He had like 3 or 4 missed threes. None of them were even close. I'm like, yeah, I definitely I agree with that.
Iggy needs to stop taking. Oh, Jay Crowder.
Oh yeah, Crowder.
I
Yeah,
think
Crowder.
He's
Yeah,
very underrated as well. I think
Crowder's just solid. He's solid.
He can play defense.
Oh yeah,
and he can shoot that three when you need him
He's
to.
He's very solid.
He was dropping some good, 3-pointers.
He's always been I feel like an underrated player. That's the thing. Crowder always seems to be on winning teams. Obviously, he's not the main piece. I mean, come on, Utah was a playoff team with him for.
When you say winning teams, you make it.
Those
sound
are
like,
playoff teams.
Okay.
I'm just saying underrated. Boston kept making second round.
Utah was like what, a 6-7 seed?
Okay, I'm just saying winning teams. You find players like Crowder on those winning teams.
Okay, I got
he's
you.
a very good role player.
Okay, he is.
And championship caliber teams. That's what he should be. That's what I'm saying.
I agree, and I think he's a good fit for that.
Perfect.
Because
fit.
he comes out the
fit.
bench and he gives them
exactly.
that.
He knows his role. Plays tough
role.
defense.
Yep.
Hit down some big shots.
He's very tough.
Yeah.
You can't bully him around.
No.
He's
sturdy.
He's very sturdy. Yeah, he's sturdy.
He's sturdy.
I like him. I think he should start over Iggy, but that's just me. I don't know. I think that's just me. There were a lot of question marks when they traded Hassan Whiteside and that stuff, and I'm like, wow. Now
they
that you're
clearly
looking
knew what they were doing. Pat Riley knows what he's doing. I don't think anyone can
I think
that.
Pat Riley, Spoelstra, they're definitely the right peeps in the right seats. You know what I mean? I'd love to see Spoelstra with the Clippers. I think that would be a good fit. I don't think Pat Beverly. I don't think he's leaving. No, not with this team.
No.
Not with the Heat like this, and now not with the Heat that might be able to get a Giannis next year. Because with this Heat team, and you add the Giannis on top,
I hope he doesn't go.
I hope it does. I hope it does. I really hope it does happen, because it's not really going to shift the balance in the league. Let's be very clear. Because, like I said, the Heat still didn't look the sexiest team.
Shift the balance to Milwaukee. Out of Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Milwaukee will be out.
Watch them sink. Watch them sink.
Them and the Knicks are going to be fighting for that last spot.
Fighting for the next Giannis. Try again.
I've got a rumor for you. Westbrook might be traded. There's rumors that he might be going to the Knicks.
To the Knicks?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that'll be a good fit for Westbrook.
For each
because
other.
he could shoot 50 times a game. That's why. He could shoot 50 times a game.
I think he'd take MVP, but he'd still be the last seed of the
50
East.
50 shots a game, 40 points.
So many triple-doubles, nonstop. So many triple-doubles.
Oh, yeah. Who knows?
I think he's going to break his own record in triple-doubles.
Maybe the only time we mentioned the Knicks on this podcast. Yes. They belong down there, right, with the Bulls.
All right, so the All-NBA team is out.
Okay.
First team, Giannis, LeBron, Harden, AD, and Luka. You got a problem with that first team?
Say it again for me. What is
Giannis,
slow down. Okay.
LeBron, Harden, AD, Luka.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
I think definitely
I didn't have a problem with it at all.
Yeah.
At all. I don't have a problem with Luka being there. I think he deserves to be there.
Is it his second year?
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
He made all-NBA
it's ridiculous
team.
how good he is.
Oh, my God.
How good he is. I think the future is in Giannis' hands. I'm sorry, is in Luka's hands.
In Luka's hands.
Yeah, I agree.
Think of that.
That guy's ridiculously
all-NBA team in your second year. Second.
It's ridiculous.
Second year. He's 21 years old.
One thing that I enjoy watching about Luka is even when he takes an L, you can tell in his face that he's pissed.
Oh, yeah.
He is mad.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, ugh. I love Luka. I think, He is as great as they come, and I think he's got a bright future ahead of him. All right, second team, we got Kawhi, Jokic, Dame Lillard, CP3, Pascal.
CP3, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. What do you mean, wow? Are you kidding me? He got an OKC. What do you mean still? He got an OKC team with literally no one. And respect to Adams, whatever, sure. But literally no one. Adams is not the one who's going to go and take you to the, to the next. No, he's not. He's not. So CP3, period. And he got them to not only he got him to the playoffs, but he got him to a Game 7 versus the Rockets. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
So
a tight Game 7.
A tight Game 7.
Game 7. You thought the Rockets were going to lose out there for a little bit.
Yes. And that's the team that had all the nobodies that all the team just wanted to get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be very clear. All the teams just, we don't want this guy, send him to OKC. We don't want this guy, send him to OKC.
I don't know. How many draft picks do they even have? They got to be set up well.
Yes.
I mean, they got a lot of
And they're still making the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
OKC is going to look scary down the line.
Yeah, if they could get some nice pieces. Obviously, draft capital is never guaranteed. But,
I agree. All right, so you got a problem with this team? Kawhi, Jokic, Dame Lillard, CP3, Pascal.
Yeah.
You good with it?
Yeah, I'm good with it.
All right. Third team. Tatum, Buttler, Rudy, Ben Simmons, and Westbrook.
Ben Simmons, interesting.
Yeah, I know. That was a question mark on it. Not this year. At least not
quite this year.
Not this year.
It's a mess in Philly right now.
Yeah, Ben Simmons. I don't know. I don't know how he got in how he got that spot this year. I don't know. He was borderline all-star for me. Borderline,
yeah.
Borderline all-star for me. So I don't know how he deserved to be on that team. I would have taken Donovan Mitchell in that third team instead of Simmons.
Yeah.
Instead of Simmons.
That guy's a go-getter. He's a scorer.
I would have taken a Jamal Murray. I would have taken.
I know, but you gotta think now. This was from the season.
Yeah.
This isn't really including the playoffs.
No, I get it.
Obviously, I think the playoffs show a different picture.
And then
with Murray, with Mitchell.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I agree there. But even before COVID, I don't think Ben Simmons had the greatest season. I'm just saying.
Because Philly was doing all right. They really fell off, especially came playoff time. They really fell off. But
Yep. Okay, so that's all we got for NBA. Let's go into some NFL.
Right.
NFL news.
Hey, we did pretty well.
What was the record? 14?
12
and...
we ended up going 12-4.
12-4.
So as our podcast from last week, if you did listen, we broke down every single game.
Mm-hmm.
Timmy 2 times was here. Mm-hmm. So we did every single game.
Not too much emotion from Timmy 2 times, but it's okay.
It's all right.
We forgive him.
He did his best.
He did his best.
Maybe we'll give him another test run. We'll see.
We'll see down the line.
Not guaranteed.
But no, it was the 12-4 start,
and we chose 4 underdogs as well. 3 or 4 underdogs. So
what was the lock of the week?
Lock of the week was the Saints.
Let's talk about that. Saints versus the Bucs.
We broke down that game pretty well. Exactly what we said would happen. We said that Bucs were going to come out a little rusty.
Mm-hmm.
They had a lot of moving pieces, and look what happened. I mean, Brady looked a little rusty. He had a miscommunication, with Evans down the field there on that one interception.
Well, hold up a minute. I don't think Brady looked great in the first game. That's actually my main issue with him, because there were some just little shots or little passes, and he'll just overshoot them completely.
He did.
So do you blame that on focus, on age, or do you think that's going to get fixed within game 3-4 of the season?
I mean,
down the line.
It's got to be a little bit of both. Obviously, week 1, I don't think you're really going to come out as sharp as you would like.
Okay. But mostly that you went through a really busy offseason.
Well, I mean, come on. This was their first game still.
I
still think there's no preseason. There's really no live game action. At least you get a little bit. You get longer training camp. I think due to COVID, you just maybe saw a little bit of rust, but we don't know. It could be a little bit of age too. Right. We saw some throws that Brady normally doesn't miss. When he got on that pick 6, on that out route, that ball's got to be low and away or high and away out toward the sideline, and he threw it to the inside.
He had 2 picks.
He had 2 picks.
Yep.
I don't know, on the first pick where he overthrew Mike Evans, it looked like Mike Evans stopped running his route. He actually was running, and then all of a sudden he just stopped, and it looked like he was going to keep running. So I don't really put that one all on Brady. But definitely the pick 6, 100% on Brady. Everyone knows an out route, you got to throw high and away. You got to put it in the right spot, or it's going to be big trouble. And he threw it behind the receiver, and he paid the price. I mean, after that pick 6, the Saints went up 24-7, and there's no looking back. Really,
there was no looking back.
No looking back.
Because, and it is something that people keep forgetting. New Orleans have been playing together for the longest time ever.
Yeah.
For the longest time ever. So, this team, they know each other very well. It's not like, they just need a couple of weeks in their offseason. They're right
and
back
it showed.
where they were.
I mean, they looked very balanced. They had a nice running attack. It looked like they were. I mean, it took them maybe a quarter to start clicking on offense, but after they started clicking, it was really all she wrote from there. And
that's it.
I think they ended up winning by 2 scores. It could have been more. But they took the game pretty easily. They were favored by 3.5. We told everyone to hammer that line, and it paid off.
It did.
It was a pretty easy win. It was exactly what we predicted.
34-23.
It was good to see. Yeah, we definitely won a couple $100 off there. I know I placed like a $200 bet there, so that was nice.
All right, we're gonna do a quick breakdown. We're not gonna do all the games, but we're going to do the important games. Patriots versus Dolphins, 21-11. How did you like Cam in his first game versus the Dolphins? Against the Dolphins.
Okay, so I thought the Patriots looked okay. I was a little bit surprised. Cam ran it 15 times. Obviously, he looked good. He looked healthy, which is a really good sign. He had 2 rushing touchdowns. So it was a fantasy day. You definitely got to be happy. I mean, obviously it worries me. You can't keep up that pace, obviously.
No, you can't keep running it to the end zone like that all the time.
Well, you can't have Cam rushing it 15 times a game. I think it showed that, the Patriots definitely are willing to change their playbook for Cam to play to his strengths.
I agree.
But, I mean,
Which was very surprising.
No, I mean, the Patriots are... come on. They got top-notch coaching staff.
Oh, no, yeah. No.
I mean, obviously, they're going to play to their strengths.
But, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Obviously, they're going to play to their strengths. So it's good to see that Cam is healthy. But, I mean, he's still fragile. I mean, don't forget, he's had
So you think you're worried about injury in the future?
I'm worried about injury if they keep running him like that.
Yeah.
That can't be consistent. He can't have 15 carries a game, maybe 5 to 6 carries a game. Because the thing is, Cam, each of those touchdown runs, he had his head down. It didn't look like he was sliding. It didn't look like he was going out of bounds.
I agree.
I mean, that's what had him problems in the future. But for now, it looked good.
Yep.
Obviously, it was only the Dolphins as a tune-up game, but the Patriots took care of business.
Yep.
I mean, obviously, they got a bigger test going to Seattle this week.
Okay, another quick breakdown. Bears versus Lions, 27-23, and what a quick turnaround.
Oh, boy.
Man, what a turnaround in the last, 5 minutes, 6 minutes of the game?
Oh, my God. They were down 17 points in the fourth quarter.
So let me tell what happened in the story. So I was watching the games, and then I was watching mostly the Bears game, and then I got sick and tired of watching them.
Sick and tired.
They were up what? They were down 23-6.
23-6.
In the fourth.
23-6.
Right? And then I called them, and I was like, I'm on my way to your house.
Yeah, coming over to watch afternoon games.
I get to
this is ridiculous.
And by the way, I drove my motorcycle, so I don't have any radio or nothing.
All right, it's a scooter.
Exactly. Whatever.
A moped.
Okay, a moped. Whatever.
A moped.
Call that a motorcycle.
I did. I actually have a moped too.
Thanks for taking the coolness away. Damn.
No,
you couldn't even give me that. It's a moped. It's a moped.
Well, don't act. You came over here with a helmet and your aviator shades. You're like, I got a motorcycle. I go outside and it's this little, scooter.
Anyways, so I get in there and I'm like,
come on.
Could you?
Come on, man. Come on, you had your aviator shades on,
the
helmet.
You were
dressed like a Harley guy. You were dressed like you had a Harley.
Keep it in a strike.
Come on, you were dressed like you had a Harley.
We have our production people laughing in here. That's all right. But anyways,
remember,
I get to his place and I'm like, oh, dude, could you believe the whooping the Bears took today? And he turns to me and is like, wait, what? They won. I'm like, wait, what the fuck happened? I literally left 7 minutes or 6 minutes in the
Say that question again.
What the fuck happened?
No one knows.
No one knows.
The thing.
They just turned it around, I guess. And they still almost lost that in the end of the game.
They should have lost.
They should have lost.
The guy straight out dropped the damn ball.
Yeah, Stafford still played all right.
Only the goddamn Bears could win a game
like that
and make you feel like shit.
Yeah.
Only the goddamn Bears
Say that
could
again.
win a freaking football game and make you feel terrible. They made me feel terrible. Okay, they came back great. We're 1-0. I wasn't happy.
What?
I wasn't happy.
What?
Mitch was smiling. I'm like, what the hell are you smiling about, motherfucker? What the hell are you smiling about? You're still dog shit.
What?
I swear to God, at halftime,
What?
he looked so
bad.
atrocious.
Yeah, it was bad.
So atrocious. I thought they were bringing in Nick Foles. I wanted them to bring in Nick Foles. Twitter was blown up. Everyone wanted. Even 3.5 quarters into the game, when he ran back and did his little loopty thing and then fumbled the ball, I'm like, get this fucker out of here right now.
Yeah.
I was like, Mariah, hold me back.
Yeah.
Get this guy off my TV. Get him off. All right, I got to give him props because obviously
This is the problem. This is what he did to you. This is
I
why he's
got to
that
give
picture.
him. I got to give him props. He led the Bears back. He made some big time throws. We'll say that again. Mitch Trubisky made some big time throws.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to say it again.
And he won the game. All right, he bought himself another week.
Versus a Detroit Lion that had most of their starters banged up.
And they got more banged up in the game.
Yeah, and they got more banged up
and
in
the one
game.
guy got suspended for headbutting the ref, which I still
I still don't understand why. Okay, which is freaking like.
Okay.
See, it's not looking good, is it?
Okay, so
I know we won game one, but it's not looking good.
We're 1-0. We really shouldn't be 1-0, no doubt about it. All I could say is Trubisky bought himself another week.
Okay, I like
he
the
bought
way
himself
said.
another week.
I
He's
like
still
the
on
way
week-to-week
said it.
basis.
Yeah.
The thing is with him, yes, he has the ability to make the big-time throws. But the thing is, I still saw the same thing. He's still too inconsistent. His footwork that they talked about all off-season in the pocket looks sloppy.
Right, I agree.
They were, at one point in the game, it was the fourth quarter, they didn't convert a third down.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is Trubisky missed so many third down throws. On a clean pocket, the offensive line, I got to tip my cap in. Obviously, the game ball, I think, goes to the offensive line because they protected him well. They made holes for the running game, and they made his life a lot easier. But so many third down throws he missed. Simple throws. Obviously, every quarterback in the NFL has the ability to make the throws Trubisky made in the fourth quarter. But the great ones and the good ones that stay in the league make those throws consistently. He completed, 53% of his passes?
Yep.
You need to be a 65 to 70% clip to stay in this league. He's just too inconsistent throwing the ball. And that's what it comes down to. Yes, he has the ability to make the big plays. Everyone knows that. Every quarterback in the league has that ability. But consistently, you have to do it night in, night out.
Yep.
You have to consistently throw the ball and be accurate, and he just doesn't have that.
I agree.
He'll have these moments, but consistently he just can't complete those big throws down the field.
Yep, and plus when you have Aaron Rodgers in your freaking conference or division. Dude,
that's a QB.
Yeah, that's a QB.
And this is,
I don't want to go too much into the
Packers.
Vikings game, but man, what a game.
Well, we're going to touch base. I mean, some of those throws he made, that's
Ridiculous.
what a QB should look like.
At his age, too.
On the move, just laser beams. They were even like that 15-yard touchdown pass where he
43,
slid
34 versus. And
the
by the
thing-
way, the Vikings came to play. The Vikings came to
their
play.
defense didn't. Defense was a little bit banged
Yeah.
up, but that could have been due to Aaron Rodgers looking
no,
great.
No. Everybody came to play. Trust me. Aaron Rodgers was just too good. He was too.
It looked like
freaking
he was
good.
playing with a chip on his shoulder. didn't
43 points.
It looked like, but I mean, just those throws and some of the plays he was making, it just, man,
I agree.
it made you go, wow.
I agree.
Wow.
I agree. I agree.
I mean,
I agree.
that ball placement, and it looked like, I swear, it looked like his arm strength gained a few extra miles an hour.
Yeah.
Some of those balls he zipped in there had no right being caught.
Yeah.
No right.
None.
No, that should, oh man.
But that's been all of Aaron Rodgers' career. Like
Of course,
all of
yeah.
them. All of them. All of his throws, all of his everything he does. It's been like, oh my God. Oh my God.
And they never give him weapons.
Never.
You know Jordan Love, the QB that they drafted.
Yeah.
That was the first offensive player they drafted in the first round since 07,
I
08.
agree.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
You have this Hall of Fame court. Why are you not giving him the weapons? Imagine what he would do with weapons.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem. It's a problem. Imagine if they would give him just a little
That's
bit
a
of
little
weapons.
bit of help. They made the NFC Championship game. You're one game away from the Super Bowl. With a first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback, and what do you do in the first round? You draft a quarterback? I can't see a bigger fuck you
Yeah.
to
No,
a
I
guy.
agree. Well,
What do you mean? Well,
Would you kind of like? Is it the same thing to what they did to Brett?
it's very similar, but the thing that is different is they're Super Bowl team. They're a Super Bowl team, and what they showed versus the Niners, obviously they got hammered. They showed that they were missing another offensive weapon outside of Devontae Adams.
I agree.
And look at Devontae Adams had 14 catches this game, 2 touchdowns. But after Devontae Adams, they don't have any playmakers on the outside.
Yep.
And in this NFL draft, there's 5 receivers drafted in the first round, and they didn't take a receiver. It's mind-boggling to me. I understand if Rodgers had a mediocre year last year, they were 8-8, 9-7. Like, okay, maybe let's draft the next guy so we're set up in a few years. But when you go 13-3, make the NFC Championship, and you feel like you're 1 or 2 playmakers away from taking that next step, and then you draft a QB. It's still mind-blowing to me.
Yeah.
I'm a Bears fan, so I started laughing, and I thought it was hysterical.
Yeah, absolutely.
But,
okay, next one. Cowboys taking an L.
That was one of our L's that we took.
Yeah, that
one
was
of the few L's that we took, but, I mean, for some flipping reason, I bet big on the Cowboys.
I was very surprised in the Rams.
I mean, the Rams, I think, played a solid game.
They did.
But
They did. I can't take anything away from the Rams. I mean, I'm
would
not gonna
say
lie.
solid.
Even Goofy Ball, even Jared
he
Goff,
played okay.
He played
I think
all right.
Aaron Donald showed that he's still a beast. He disrupted the whole game.
I think he had 1 pick during the game, and if you really take a look at it, it should have been a flag.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think, the helmet was definitely touched.
But either way, though, I think this came down to just the Cowboys came out flat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you thought maybe with the new coach, it was the same problem. It was the same exact problem with the Cowboys. They couldn't finish down the stretch with questionable play calling. You had that 4th and 3 where you think you kicked a field goal to tie the game, and what does Mike McCarthy do? He goes for it, and they don't get it. Right there, that's the ball game right there. That's the ball game right there. I mean, that's a call that Jason Garrett would make. And yet, new coach.
Whoa, hold on. We don't want to go down that path because we
definitely can. I mean, that was the problem with the Cowboys for so many years. Jason Garrett with these head-scratching calls.
Jason Garrett has been on the freaking driver's seat in that team for the longest time ever, and he couldn't get them through a first round of the playoffs.
But that's what I'm saying. And it was they always had the talent. It was through head-scratching calls, and it just seemed to be like the same problem with the Cowboys. It happened again. But, I mean, I don't know. They came out flat. Obviously, that offensive pass interference call, which I really don't think was. I think Jalen Ramsey really sold that call.
Yeah,
way too much. I mean, come on.
Hey, he did his part. He got his team the
They were hand-checking each other. It was a clean play. It was a great throw by Dak Prescott. I did not like that call at all.
Did they have any challenges at that point?
I mean, it was under 2 minutes, so they couldn't have challenged that call.
No more challenges.
But the Cowboys came out flat. I mean, I don't know. We lost some money on that game. We'll see. We'll see if the Cowboys bounce back.
Yeah, that was a rough one. We did lose a little bit of money on it.
We did.
That was a rough one. Okay. Steelers versus Giants, 26-16.
Okay.
Return of Big Ben.
Well,
you happy with him?
I mean,
started a little rusty.
I laid the 6 points. They were 6-point favorite, and I played them pretty heavy that night. He did start rusty in the first quarter.
Yeah,
it looked like he was a little hesitant taking hits.
Yes.
He was a little off time with the receivers. I was like, oh, shit. I'm a little bit worried right now. A little bit worried.
Yes.
But Big Ben settled in.
Yes.
He made some big-time throws.
Second quarter, he came in
And the nice thing was he looked like old Big Ben. He was hard to sack. He was pump faking. He was moving a little bit. He wasn't moving great.
Juju played good.
Juju played good.
Yeah.
So it seemed... I don't want to put too much emphasis into it because obviously it was the New York Football Giants. So I mean, let's see how the Steelers do next week.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna make a noise in the playoffs.
We don't know yet.
They even know if they're gonna make the playoffs.
We don't know yet. But as of right now, I think the Steelers, after that performance, they gotta be happy because Big Ben started to click with his receivers. I mean, trying to work him back. So I mean, we'll see.
Okay.
It was only week 1.
I know this one you're going to hate talking about.
What?
San Francisco 49ers taking an L to the Cardinals. I know you had some money on that or screwed up your parlay.
Yeah, I had some Niners. Yeah, they ruined my parlay for sure.
Ruined your parlay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So was it the Niners that lost that the Cardinals won? I mean, the Cardinals looked okay. I was surprised at them.
Obviously, Kyler Murray looked good. And the best thing you got to think, the Cardinals won the game, but
Jimmy Garoppolo looked like shit.
The chemistry that Kyler Murray had with his new weapon, DeAndre Hopkins, is scary because he fed him the ball and he fed him a lot, and Hopkins really made them pay.
Yep.
I mean, he was running all over that Niners defense. Going back to the Niners offense, Garoppolo did miss some big-time throws. Obviously, they were on their third-string center. The Cardinals were getting some pressure on him. He looked a little uncomfortable. And the Niners are banged up on offense. They were missing a few receivers, and you could just tell because Jimmy wasn't clicking with the receivers. No. Whether it was just timing or just miscommunications.
Yep.
He played like shit. He really didn't play that well, but I think some of it has to go to the offensive line injuries and also him working in new receivers. I think the timing was off.
Okay.
I don't want to look too much into this loss to the Niners because I still think they're a very strong and balanced team.
Really?
And I think they will come back.
Okay.
They just need to get back to receivers healthy. They just signed Mohamed Sanu. I think that will help a little bit.
Okay.
So we'll see about the Niners. Obviously, I still have big things for them. But the thing is, they got to get it right quick because Seattle looks good.
Okay.
Seattle looks good, and you don't want Seattle getting a 2-3 game lead early on because you may not be able to catch them.
I agree. Seahawks-Falcons was a whooping, 38-25. Russell Wilson, man.
Russell looked good. He looked good. Man. And the thing is,
he looked amazing.
They got some toys. Tyler Lockett, you know what he's going to get fast. But DK Metcalf was a rookie last year, and he's a beast.
He's a beast. I feel like they need a little bit of help in the running back game.
Maybe. I mean, Chris Carson really doesn't get a lot of credit. I still think he's a banger, and I still think he's a solid running back. Right. Obviously, he's not a top 10 running back, but he's a very solid back. But I don't really think it matters because Russell Wilson will get you the rushing yards that you need as well.
Okay.
But, I mean, I just want to go back to, I think it was the play of the game. It was 4th and 5. It was a one-score game at that time. It was 4th and 5. And what did they do? They threw a 40-yard deep pass to DK Metcalf.
Right.
The DB tried to come up and jam him, but no chance. Metcalf is too strong, too fast, blew by him, and Russell put it on a dime.
Yep.
Who completes a 40, 50-yard pass on 4th and 5? He dropped it in there. I mean, Russ looks like MVP form already.
I agree.
And, I mean, you heard what Bill Belichick – did you hear what Belichick said yesterday?
Yep.
About how name someone better in the league than this guy right now.
Yep.
And that's come in high praise.
From Bill Belichick?
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit. When he gives you a praise, like, you
yeah.
better take it to the bank and cash on it right away.
Yeah. So Russ he put himself right in the MVP conversation right in week 1.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's crazy this guy's never got an MVP vote.
Yeah, that is
true. Not one first place vote.
That is true.
We'll see. He actually's got some weapons on the outside. If Greg Olsen could stay healthy, I think he's very reliable up the middle, playing at tight end. Come on, Olsen's been in the league for, 13 years now?
Okay, another whooping. Browns getting whooped by the Ravens, 38-6.
Oof.
That was a rough one. That was ugly to watch. I watched that one, and I was like, oh, my God, that is just not pretty at all. Not pretty at all.
I'm a little, obviously, we got the Browns playing tonight, so I know we got that game we're going to choose here in a little bit. But obviously the Ravens came out the gate, and they look good. I don't know if this was more the Browns being bad or if the Ravens are leaving off right where they left off last season. Lamar was running around. He had his rushing yards. He had his 3 throwing touchdowns. He looked good. Hollywood Brown, he was connecting with him. I mean, the Ravens are deep.
Yeah.
I mean, that new rookie running back they drafted in the first round, J.K. Dobbins, he had 2 rushing touchdowns. So not only do you have Dobbins back there, you still got Ingram, you got Lamar, you got a nice top tight end in Mark Andrews. I mean, the Ravens look scary.
If you're the Chiefs, should you be taking notes? Because
no,
not only notes. I'm
the Chiefs shouldn't be taking notes from anyone.
That's what I'm saying, but listen, last time we broke it down in the podcast, we said the Chiefs are a whole nother level.
Of course.
And then you got the
and
field.
we said the Ravens would be the only one that could contend
I don't
with them
know,
in the
man.
AFC.
Baltimore looked really good.
And Baltimore looked very good last year. The whole time last year, we thought we were going to get the Chiefs.
No
Ravens.
playoff experience, which now they do have a little bit.
A little losing.
Yeah,
they've
okay.
lost the last 2 years.
So they tasted that L, that playoff loss.
Well,
I know
they did, which could be good.
Well, yeah,
which
definitely.
could be good for them.
Definitely.
I mean, because it's a learning curve, but who knows? I think the Ravens are going to come out hungry this year. They showed it in week 1.
Yep.
I mean, they showed that the Browns didn't even belong on the same field as them.
Yep.
They were running all over the place. They look scary.
Yep, they really, really did. Eagles, Washington. Wentz taking an L to Washington.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
That was a rough one.
That was actually the last part of my teaser. I had a 6-team teaser,
Uh-huh.
which I should never do. I always get carried away with those teasers.
You do.
You start with like, all right, I'll do a three-team
teaser.
Let's just do a
and then you
three-team
end up
teaser,
doing
win
like
a couple $100, call it a day.
6,
and then I
8.
start looking at the lines. I'm laughing. I'm like, oh, this one. I'm
is
like
easy.
a kid in a candy shop. Once I put that teaser tab on, I swear I get a kid in a candy shop. I'm like, oh, this team, oh, that's
I was
money.
surprised
oh,
at
that's
them
money.
a little bit. That's
Well, I was very surprised because they went up 17-0.
Yeah.
They looked very good.
Yeah.
I mean, they're up 17-0, and
Yep.
then they blow it in the second half.
Yep. You don't even score a freaking field
point,
goal.
a
Nothing.
point, nothing. But hey, props goes out to Washington. They had 8 sacks. Chase Young, the number 2 pick in the draft.
QB played well too in the second half.
He played well in the second half, but obviously the game ball goes to the Washington defensive line. Who the hell gets 8 sacks in a game? That's unheard of.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. I know Washington's defensive line is strong, and Philly's offensive line is kind of shaky. But I mean, hey, Washington looks strong. Hey, Chase Young, he looks like the real deal. He did 2 sacks in his opener. He could have had more. Had a bunch of QB pressures. I mean, I expect double-digit sacks from this kid. I mean, to get him at the number 2 pick, I mean, they got to be very happy with him.
The Jags pulling a W versus the freaking Colts.
Yeah, how about that one?
That was surprising.
It was
Because the Jags were just getting rid of everyone.
They were. The Jags are the Jags in the offseason, they're clearly saying, hey, I'm tanking.
Yeah.
They traded away a few defensive starters. They released Fournette. They're like, let's tank. And
They can't even tank the right way. And the Colts getting Phillip Rivers, and they're trying to compete this year. And then
Minshew said, hold on. I don't know about this tank job for a quarterback.
Yeah, it's like, no.
Don't you remember I'm a 70s porn star? I call the damn shots here. I'm going to Minshew. He went 19 of 20, 1 incomplete pass, 3 touchdowns. He was moving well. He looked good. The Colts, I think it's...
Rivers looked weird. I don't know what
Rivers looked old. He looked old last year.
Yeah.
The thing is, the Colts, I mean, unfortunately, they lost their top running back in Marlon Mack. So good thing they got their rookie running back in Jonathan Taylor. But the Colts look a little rusty. I mean, Rivers looked rusty. I mean, the Colts obviously got some new moving parts. So it may take them a few weeks to get going.
Yep.
But I don't know. We'll see. Rivers looked old in the first game. He looked old last year. We'll see if he could get it clicking, but I wouldn't put too much stock in it.
Yeah. Oh, no, I agree with you. I think he looked very old. And like you said, he looked old even last year. So we'll see. All right, Raiders versus Panthers, 34-30.
That's an
Raiders.
exciting game.
It was, Nick. It was going back and forth.
I know we didn't really we ended up choosing the Raiders to win that game, but we weren't really too confident because we didn't really know what to expect.
From both teams.
Yeah. I mean, it was an exciting game, though. Back and forth the whole time.
Yep.
Obviously, McCaffrey led off right where he did last year, scoring a few touchdowns. So fantasy owners got to be happy there.
Yep.
I have the Oakland running back in fantasy, so I was happy to see him score 3 touchdowns. Scored like 35 fantasy points or something like that for me.
Yep.
I still couldn't flip and win, but
not
you
bad.
know.
Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, no. We all took an L our first week. You, myself, and Jimmy 2 times took an L in our first fantasy. All right, it's all right. It's our first game in fantasy. Let's calm down.
And I was looking good. All
Yeah,
I
you
needed
did.
was like 10 points from Evan Ingram on Monday night, and he put up 2.
Yeah,
Thanks,
freaking
Buckle.
Allen pulled in like a great game. Like 130 some points. It was like hard to even compete.
I will give it to you. It was unfortunate for you. You have Miles Sanders and Kenny
went down.
Galladay, and they both got hurt right before game
My
time.
first 2 rounders, my first round, my second round, both
Which
went
are both
down.
really good players. I didn't expect them. I expected them to play. I was kind of a little bit shocked that both of them were gone. So
It is what
we'll
it is.
see. Bounce back next week. Stay strong, man.
It is what it
Stay
is.
strong.
We'll see.
I heard you week 1. You're like, you were like ready to give up on the season. You're
I
like,
was like,
oh,
this
my
looking
team.
like shit
I'm
right
like,
now.
come on, man. You got to fight.
It's all right.
It's only week
We're going to make
1.
some trades. We're going to make it happen. No worries.
Hammer
We'll
that
see.
waiver wire. I didn't
We
see
got-
you go after anyone this week.
Yeah, I haven't. Not yet.
Exactly.
Yeah,
There was
no,
a
not
few
yet.
people that went down.
Yeah.
There's a few starters that went down.
All right, Chargers Bengals 16-13. Chargers. That was a very
Funny
weird
ending,
game.
funny ending.
Fucking, I don't know. It felt weird. Burrow played all right,
Well,
I
it
think,
felt
for his
weird
first
because
game.
the Chargers were starting Tyrod Taylor, and they looked mediocre, which
Okay.
we predicted.
Uh-huh.
Burrows looked okay.
Okay, not bad.
He had a big rookie moment where he tried that shovel pass and it got
Yes,
picked.
yes.
That was pretty brutal.
He tried to pull a Pat Mahomes moment.
Yeah,
It
I
was
don't
like-
know. Yeah.
He's like, no, not there yet.
The thing is, Mahomes does it with his left hand.
That is
He's
very
not even
true.
lefty.
That is very
He's
true.
getting sacked. He tosses it in his hand. So he had a rookie moment, but he did show a lot of poise driving the Bengals down the field, and they almost scored that go-ahead touchdown. The flag was called on A.J. Green, which I do agree with the flag because it was a push-off.
Yeah.
And then the Bengals kicker ended up just point-blank missing it from like 30 yards.
I agree.
Kickers didn't do us any favors this week in
No, there were a lot of freaking misses this week.
I mean, my
kicker was all right. I had a New Orleans kicker, so
Okay.
I'm all right with him.
But they look like a bunch of college kickers out there. I was like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, a lot of the kickers had to miss the first one, and then I don't know.
The thing is, when
weird.
you're gambling on a football game and you lose money because of a damn kicker, there's nothing worth it.
You're pissed. And there's the thing with the kickers. I don't know. They still haven't gotten the memo. Guys, when you miss too many kicks, you're usually the first one gone. They haven't gotten that memo yet. They haven't. What happened to that?
Did the Titans keep their kicker or no?
Yeah,
Did
I haven't
they drop
seen
him?
anything. I haven't seen anything, so I don't know. I'll be surprised if they keep him. Yeah,
atrocious.
it was. Jets Bills 17-27. Let's not go too much into the freaking Jets and Bills, but I thought the Bills look all right. Not bad.
No, I think the Bills came out. I mean, Josh Allen had some good throws.
Yes.
He was running it as usual. Yes. I don't want to put too much stock into it because obviously the Jets seem like a complete mess right now. Sam Darnold, I don't know. I'm getting a little bit worried about him. I know it's still a little bit early, but he's not looking good.
No.
He's not looking good. I drafted Le'Veon
Bell
Bell.
went down?
Bell went down, pulled his hamstring, so now he's on the IR. What a stupid-ass draft pick. I heard Le'Veon Bell was
I think
losing.
that was a good pick. You just can't predict with those picks what's going to happen.
I mean,
it might be a good thing. It might be a bad thing.
Why did he pull his hamstring in week 1? Because out of shape.
Well, he is out of shape, and he's getting a little old, too. And he's a running back.
28. Is that really that old?
For running backs?
Yeah, but still 28. And he took a year off.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on.
All right, Titans-Broncos 16-14. Very tight and weird game. Very weird game.
You motherfucker. That's got to be the worst bad beat of all time. Titans -3.
He used to be one of the best kickers in the league, man.
Yeah, I know.
He used to be when he used to be with the Patriots. He used to be one of the best kickers in the league.
But I heard he just had hip surgery and they signed him 11 days ago.
Yeah.
And then he comes in the game. He missed 4 kicks.
Yeah.
4 kicks.
Yeah, he used to be one of the best.
So the Titans score that go-ahead touchdown to go up 13-7. Then they go to kick the extra point to make it 14-7. So I thought, my -3 is very safe because even if they score a touchdown, field goal, whatever.
Would you be happy if they got rid of the kicking game altogether?
Well, you obviously can't take the kicking game out of it.
I'm just saying.
Come on.
Hey, listen.
And then, of course, he makes that last field goal to win by 2. I saw him flicking me off there. I saw him. I was like, this cocksucker's going to make it. To win by 2. He winked at me. I know, he winked at me.
This is for you, chump.
He winked at me.
This is for you.
He winked at me, dude. He winked at me.
This is for you.
That son of a bitch, dude.
All right. This is what we got for NFL. Oh, no. Actually, we got to break down tonight's game. Okay, so Bengals versus
to have
freaking
football on a Thursday,
Yes.
huh?
Bengals versus the Browns tonight at what? 5:20 Western? Pacific time or whatever.
5:20 Pacific
time, yeah.
Pacific time.
Pacific. We call it Western time. What?
Is
Pacific
it Western time?
Yeah, Pacific time. No, there is nothing called Western time.
I was gonna say.
I just made that shit
I'm like,
up.
what the hell is
I
Western
just
time,
made
man?
that shit up. So Pacific time.
Yeah, I don't know. We got some dog poop versus some
Dog poop. Even bigger dog poop. I don't know how to pick for this one. That's a rough one to pick for.
I was actually surprised by the line. Right now it's Bengals +6, which I feel like for...
This is like the Knicks playing.
I feel like for two mediocre teams, I didn't expect the line to be that big.
So, wait, what's the line at?
The Browns are favored by 6.
Okay.
Browns are favored by 6. I mean...
I think the Browns.
I think the Browns...
Yeah.
I don't...
Just because they have...
See, I think this game's tricky to bet because I don't know if the Browns are that bad or if the Ravens were that good. I'm kind of like in a mix.
Between, yeah.
I watched that game. I don't think the score... I mean, the Browns they didn't play well, but I don't think they should have
I'll tell you what I
38-6.
think. I think Baltimore were very good. And I think Baker Mayfield is a bust. Period. There's
It's
no
not looking good for
way around it
It's
anymore.
not looking good.
We keep Listen. Let me explain something to you.
All right, go.
Baker Mayfield has more commercials than wins out there. That's a problem. That's a fucking
That
problem.
is a problem.
He has more freaking commercials
Then wins.
than wins.
Yeah.
Not playoff wins.
No, just wins.
Just wins.
That's a good
Just
statement right there.
NFL wins.
Make sure to play that back one.
That's a
Make sure
fucking
to play-
problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
At least a good commercial. They're good commercials. They make me laugh, you know?
Yeah, the
when
State
he's out there
Farm
cleaning
ones,
up the stadium.
Yeah, the stadium is going covering one seat at a time.
Yeah, cleaning it
not
up.
bad.
I'm like, you know. Like,
He said, I'll start at the top, you start at the bottom, we'll meet in the middle.
You know, I mean,
He's covering
they
the
make
chairs.
me laugh.
Not bad, but
They make me laugh,
it's a
right?
problem,
That's good.
man. It's a problem.
That's good.
It's a problem.
That's good. Better than the
He
Aaron
can't
Rodgers
win.
commercials.
He can't win. You have Odell. You have Hunt. You have so many weapons in
He
your
doesn't
team.
look good. He doesn't look good. It doesn't
man.
look good
It's
for him.
frustrating. If I
doesn't
was a
look
Brown
good.
fan, it's frustrating. Even as
Oh.
a bettor, it's hard betting on tonight's game.
Browns fans have to be.
I know
very
we're gonna end up betting somehow on because it's the only game
If there's
going
one
tonight.
fans that feel the Bears' pain, it's got to be the Browns
Browns,
because they
yeah.
can't get the QB position right
Yeah,
either.
I
You know,
agree.
they
I
spent the
agree.
#1 pick on this guy.
Then
I
it
still
was-
think it's too early to call him a bust.
It
He's
is a
not in the
bust. I think
Trubisky
it is.
territory yet.
I think. Oh,
He's not.
Ooh.
I don't want to
That's
call.
a good. I know. I'm saying it's a good argument there. It's
Yeah.
a good argument.
I don't want to call Baker
Yeah.
a bust yet because I think his
Yeah.
head's in the right place. I
don't know, man.
It's just I don't know.
I mean, you go from Manziel to this. It's rough.
It
It's
is.
been
That is rough, you know. And we go from Cutler to Trubisky.
Wait, okay. Here's
All you
why
Browns
it's a bad comparison because we're used to having bad quarterbacks.
But so are the Browns.
No. But we had good defenses. They've never been. Really,
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
So we got.
But now
to
they got talent.
We got to
the
a
Browns have
Super Bowl
talent.
back
We
in.
got talent.
Yeah.
They got talent
Yeah.
on the offensive side of the ball.
We
Go
got
down
a
to
talent on the defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all you Browns fans out there, if you do want to have a drink, I mean, grab a Bears fan. We got a lot to talk about. We got many years to talk about, man. Come on.
Yeah,
Come
trust
on.
me, we had Rex Grossman, Jay Cutler.
You cry on my shoulder, I cry on yours. Sometimes you just need to let it out, dude.
Trubisky.
Sometimes you need to
Man,
let it
Trust
out.
me, it has not been good for us.
Yeah,
either.
we're from the cold
Trust
weather.
me.
We're burly men, but know what? It's okay to cry.
It's not.
Cry
has
on my
not-
shoulder.
It has not been good.
Cry. It's okay.
Has not been good.
I'm letting you know, men out there.
Yes, we feel
all you
ya.
cold weather men.
We feel
with
your
big
pain.
bear bellies. It's okay to
We-
shed a few tears.
We feel your pain.
It's
We,
okay.
as Bears fans,
It's okay.
feel your pain.
Let it out. It feels good, man.
Yep. Oh,
I've done it.
We feel your
I've
pain.
cried.
We've cried at night.
Trubisky has made me cry.
Under the blanket.
Mariah has heard me. She's tapped at me at 3 a.m. What's wrong, babe? I'm like, you know what's wrong. You know what's wrong.
And then we get Nick Foles. So trust me, it's not like it's even getting better.
You
We
guys
know-
are killing me over here.
We have a lot of crying days ahead of us. A lot of crying days ahead of us.
Oh, man.
But anyways, all right.
That
all right.
doesn't sound great.
Give me a breakdown for tonight's game. We need to give me. Who do you think is gonna win?
All right, well.
And would you take them by
Looking
6?
at the Browns rush, obviously the Ravens have the best rushing attack in the league, so they ran all over the Browns.
Yeah.
But I
the
think
Bengals don't have that.
Yeah, but they got Joe Mixon. They should really. I'm not just saying this because he's on my fantasy team and he needs a bounce back game. They really gotta control the clock, hammer it with Joe about 20, 25 times a game, and keep this a low scoring game. I do think the Browns are going to win, maybe by a score, but I think the line here is you got to take the Bengals +6, right? You're getting 6 points. You're on a short week. I feel this being
You're gonna take the Bengals with.
I don't know. They looked okay. The Browns look bad. I don't know.
Listen, if you really,
I'm not confident in it.
Yeah, no. This is the
But
thing.
I think
we're picking the Brown. I'm picking the Browns to win.
Okay.
But this is not gonna be if you can put it on a teaser, great.
I mean,
Because again, there's not much to pick from over here. There's not much to be confident, neither from the Bengals or for the freaking Browns. So let's be very honest.
Both these offenses aren't good. I expect this to be a low-scoring game. In a low-scoring game, like 21-17, 24-20, somewhere right around there. I expected a low-scoring game.
I could see it going either way. That's the problem. I could see it going for even like, a 10-point difference. I could see it going for the Bengals or for the Browns. But I'm saying the Browns do look a little bit better on paper.
So what do you think's a better bet? I think the better bet
Browns.
is...
And
Okay,
as
what,
a
you're gonna
teaser.
take
As
the
a teaser.
As a teaser with what? The over-under?
No, as a teaser, you take him with something that's going like with other games in the
I
weekend.
know, but then you gotta wait for Sunday to win your money. No one wants that. People want to get paid now, man.
Then you take the Browns.
It's my money and I want it now.
Then you take the
Ever see that commercial?
Yeah, I do.
It's my money.
I do.
I want it
That's
now.
a rough bet, man.
I don't
That's
know.
a rough bet.
Come on, don't tease and wait till a Sunday game. That's forever.
I mean, it's not forever, though. But it's a bad game. It's a bad Thursday game. They should not have this game on a Thursday.
We're going to freaking bet on it.
True. Take a money line.
So what, you going to put 300 to win 100 on the freaking Browns?
What are you going to do?
That seems stupid.
So what would you do? Take the Bengals and hope for the best?
I'd say take the Bengals +6. Low-scoring game.
All right, who's going to give me your pick, though? Forget the line. Give me your pick. Who do you think is going to win?
I think it's 21-17 Browns.
Okay. So you got the Browns winning.
By 4.
But not by the line.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the Browns win a tight, low-scoring game.
I think the Browns win, too. Yeah, I don't know if they – yeah. It's going to be interesting. I think they're going to win. They're going to win by a touchdown. I think they win by a touchdown. I might take them by the line. I might take them -6. I might put some money on -6.
I mean, come on. The pressure's in Cleveland already.
Yeah.
They got blown out.
Yeah.
Imagine if they go 0-2.
Again, they're playing the Bengals. They're playing the Bengals. Let's not forget. I know I know they suck, but they're playing the Bengals.
But they need this game. It's going to be big trouble.
Yeah, no, listen.
It's going to be big
if
trouble.
If Baker loses to the Bengals on week 2, after the way he lost to Baltimore on week 1,
come on. People aren't going to be lining up just to shit on Odell.
My friend, if
they're going to be shitting on the whole team.
Yeah.
The whole team, not just Odell.
I want to listen. And I've seen what Baker was trying to do on game 1. He was trying to find Hunt, and he was trying to play Odell, and he was trying to get Odell involved. Let's be very clear. He was trying to throw it to Odell. Odell was dropping some balls that he would usually not drop, by the way.
They got a lot bigger problems than just Odell.
I think so. We're going to be breaking down Sunday's game the day after tomorrow, which is going to be, what, Friday?
Yeah.
So we're going to be breaking them on
Well, we're going to be breaking Thursday's game.
Or Thursday.
Down
so,
tomorrow.
Again,
and then
if you haven't subscribe to our Instagram game, Facebook page, and YouTube page as well.
I don't know what you just said. But we're going to have our next episode. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to give our week 2 NFL picks. Mm-hmm. So hopefully you guys listen. I mean, week 1, we went 12-4. We chose a few underdogs. We gave you the lock of the week. We're going to do the same thing.
Yep.
If we could repeat our success, hopefully
and the Bengals and the freaking Browns are definitely not the lock of the week. So definitely not the lock
of the week here. So definitely tune in next episode.
Yep.
Come on, we're hot right now. We win some money. Let's go.
We do have a lot of guests coming in still to the show.
We do.
We had 2 already this week. We have 1 more.
I like the fitness people. Take those tips.
So go ahead and sign up. It actually would help us a whole lot, so I can keep bringing guests from all over the platforms.
We got some good ones.
We got Danny Blue Eyes here, still having a 9 to 5, and still has to deal with this. So let's go, guys. Let's press that sub button. Like and comment. Will be nice too. Alrighty, thank you so much for joining in. If you're new, again, don't forget to sub. But we will see you very, very, very soon. Have a blessed day. Thank you. It's a wrap.